I still remember the sting of that text message, the words burning into my eyes even as I stood there, heart pounding, amidst the sea of caps and gowns. "Don't expect any help from me for your future." It read, my dad, on my college graduation day. Can you believe the audacity? Just hours later, everything flipped on its head in a way he could never have predicted. It's been years, but the memory still makes my blood boil and my stomach churn. Was I wrong for what I did next? Tell me honestly, would you have done the same thing? Let's rewind, because to understand why that text hit so hard, you need to understand my life with him. My father, Mark, was a man who believed in tough love to an almost pathological degree. From my earliest memories, I was always being pushed, tested, and ultimately found wanting in his eyes. He was a successful real estate developer, a self-made man who constantly reminded me of his humble beginnings and how he pulled himself up by his bootstraps. This mantra was his weapon, used to dismiss any struggle I had, any desire for support. My mother, bless her heart, was the peacemaker, always trying to bridge the ever-widening chasm between us. But even her gentle nature couldn't soften the edges of his unwavering expectations. He wanted me to follow in his footsteps, to join the family business, but not out of genuine interest in my career, but rather to mold me into a miniature version of himself. He'd scoff at my interests in technology and finance, calling them frivolous and unmanly. My older brother, David, was his golden child, the one who effortlessly absorbed the real estate jargon and shared my dad's aggressive business acumen. David was everything I wasn't, and he thrived under Dad's tutelage, quickly becoming indispensable in the company. Me, I was the quiet one, the one with my nose always in books about startups and market trends, dreaming of a world beyond brick and mortar. My escape came in the form of a scholarship to a prestigious university, a place far enough away that I could breathe without the constant pressure of my father's gaze. I chose a double major in computer science and finance, a deliberate rejection of his path, and a leap into the unknown that terrified and thrilled me. He scoffed, of course, warning me I'd be wasting my time on Pion, thus Chi Ventures. He made it clear that while he'd pay for tuition and room and board, any extras, a car, spending money, professional connections were entirely my responsibility. It was his way of ensuring I felt the struggle, of proving to me that his way was the only way. So I worked. I waited tables, tutored, and took on every odd job I could find. My summers weren't spent interning at my dad's company like David's were. They were spent hustling, networking, and learning everything I could about the tech world. I found mentors in professors and industry professionals who saw a spark in me that my father never did. During my junior year, I landed a competitive internship at a small but rapidly growing tech startup. It was exhilarating. The energy, the innovation, the feeling of building something new, it was everything I'd ever wanted. I poured myself into it, often working late into the night, fueled by instant coffee and a burning desire to prove my father wrong. My dedication paid off. By the end of the internship, I was offered a full-time position as a financial analyst upon graduation, with the promise of rapid advancement. I was ecstatic. This wasn't just a job, it was validation. It was my future, built entirely on my own terms. The call came just as I was getting ready to walk across the stage. My phone buzzed in my pocket, displaying a number I didn't recognize. I almost ignored it, but something told me to answer. "Hello," I whispered, trying to sound nonchalant while my heart pounded with a mix of excitement and nerves. "Is this my name?" a crisp, professional voice asked. "This is Robert Chen, CFO of Innovate X. I need to speak with you urgently. Innovate X was the startup I had interned with, the one that had given me my first real break. My mind raced. Urgent? What could be urgent on my graduation day? I stepped away from the excited chatter of my classmates, finding a quieter corner near a flowering bush. Yes, Mr. Chen, this is me. He didn't waste any time. We've just finalized the S1 filing. We're going public. The IPO is set for next month. My jaw nearly hit the ground. An IPO, Innovate X, was going public. I knew they were doing well, but this was a stratospheric leap. Congratulations, Mr. Chen, that's incredible news. I stammered, still reeling. Indeed, he replied, a hint of a smile in his voice. And we need you. Your work on the financial modeling and projections during your internship was instrumental in getting us to this point. We want you to join our IPO team immediately, full-time. We're offering you a position as Senior Financial Analyst with a significant bump in salary, stock options, and a completion bonus tied to the IPO success. Your start date would be, well, effectively today. Are you in? My head was spinning. Senior Financial Analyst, stock options. This was an unheard of opportunity for a fresh graduate. It was everything I had dreamed of, amplified 100-fold. Yes, Mr. Chen, absolutely, I'm in. I practically shouted, unable to contain my excitement. Excellent, he said. Come to the office first thing Monday morning. We'll get you onboarded and up to speed. Congratulations, my name, and congratulations on your graduation today. We exchanged a few more details, and then the call ended. I stood there, clutching my phone, a dazed smile spreading across my face. It was surreal. The universe, it seemed, had a twisted sense of humor, delivering me the biggest professional opportunity of my life just minutes after my father's cruel dismissal. That's when I finally looked at my phone again. The glowing screen displayed my father's text message, still sitting there, mocking me. Don't expect any help from me for your future. The contrast was so stark, so utterly ironic, that a bitter laugh escaped my lips. He had no idea. He had absolutely no idea. So that's the situation I was in, and I had to make a choice. Here I was, holding the keys to my own incredible future, an IPO bonus on the horizon, all while my father had just delivered his ultimate rejection. Before I tell you what happened next, I want you to pause and comment below what you would have done in my shoes. Would you have let it go? Would you have confronted him? Or would you have seized the opportunity to show him exactly what he underestimated? I walked back towards my family, my diploma clutched in one hand, my phone with its conflicting messages in the other. My mother rushed over, beaming, embracing me tightly. My brilliant boy, I'm so proud of you. My dad offered a curt nod and a handshake, his eyes scanning the crowd as if already bored. Good, now what are your plans? Still chasing those silly tech dreams? He asked, a sneer barely hidden. The words felt like a physical blow, even after the thrilling call from Mr. Chen. He had no idea what was brewing, no inkling of the seismic shift that had just occurred in my life. And in that moment, standing there, seeing his dismissive face, feeling the familiar sting of his disapproval, a cold resolve settled over me. I wasn't going to let this go, not this time. Actually, Dad, I began, my voice steady, surprising even myself. I just got off the phone with my CFO. Innovate X is going public next month. They've offered me a Senior Financial Analyst position, effective immediately, with stock options and a completion bonus. The words hung in the air, heavy with unspoken triumph. My mother gasped, her hand flying to her mouth. David, usually so composed, actually dropped his champagne flute, the delicate glass shattering on the concrete. But my father, his face was a mask of disbelief, then confusion, then a slow, dawning comprehension. He opened his mouth, then closed it. His usual quick retorts, his cutting remarks, were gone. He looked utterly, completely blindsided. "IPO," he finally choked out, his voice barely a whisper. "Innovate X, that little startup." I just smiled, a genuine, unforced smile. "The one you called frivolous, Dad. The one that's about to make me a very wealthy man." I paused, letting that sink in. Then I pulled out my phone. "And speaking of help for my future, funny you should mention it. I just got your text. Don't expect any help from me for your future. Good thing I don't need it, isn't it?" I held the phone up, showing him the message. The color drained from his face. The public setting, the congratulatory atmosphere, the presence of my mother and brother, it all amplified the moment, trapping him in his own words. He tried to speak, but no sound came out. He looked like a fish out of water, floundering. The aftermath was a whirlwind. I started at Innovate X that Monday, diving headfirst into the exhilarating chaos of an IPO. The hours were long, the pressure immense, but I thrived on it. The stock options proved to be incredibly lucrative, far exceeding even my most optimistic projections. Innovate X's IPO was a massive success, and I, a fresh graduate, found myself with a significant sum of money and a career trajectory that few my age could even dream of. My relationship with my father, however, was irrevocably changed. He tried to backtrack, to apologize in his gruff, awkward way, but the damage was done. He even tried to invest in my future ventures, offering to advise me. I politely declined, reminding him of his earlier text. The irony was too delicious to ignore. My mother was overjoyed, seeing me finally receive the recognition and success I deserved, even if it meant a permanent shift in family dynamics. David, surprisingly, was genuinely proud, acknowledging my acumen in a field he didn't understand. He even started asking me for investment advice. As for my father, he eventually had to swallow his pride. When his own business faced a downturn a few years later, and he needed capital, he actually reached out to me, the son he had once dismissed, for a loan. I considered it for a long time. I could have exacted my final revenge, but in the end, I decided against it. Not because I forgave him entirely, but because I realized I no longer needed his approval or his validation. I was my own man with my own success. I helped him, but on my terms, with a very clear professional contract, making sure he understood this was a business transaction, not a family handout. It was a subtle, yet powerful statement. So, that's my story. It's a testament to resilience, to believing in yourself when others don't, and to the unpredictable ways life can turn the tables. I learned that true success isn't about proving others wrong, but about proving yourself right. And sometimes, the sweetest revenge is living a life that exceeds everyone's expectations, especially those who tried to hold you back. If you were on my side through this whole ordeal, go ahead and like this video. Subscribe for more stories like this, and please, share your final thoughts on this whole mess in the comments section below. I'll see you all in the next story.